Hello, clowns.
I'm Ami.
I'm Yu Chen, and we're the hosts of Clown Vibes Podcast.
We're two best friends who are chronically online and get together weekly to laugh and discuss all the clown behavior we see on the internet.
And there's so much.
Truly so much.
We're so glad to have you here to clown around with us, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
Hello, clowns. Welcome back to Clown Vibes. Did you miss us?
Season 2. We're back. New setup, new mics, second camera. We've made a lot of improvements, huh?
I have just been thinking this morning, and that's why I was late to record. But I was like, every hobby that I've done, I've just full on invested in so much, like right off the bat. Like, I'm not doing the starter kit, I'm going full on production. But I think this is actually the one hobby because you're kind of like this, where it's like, we gotta only do like the basics for now.
Because I have such a bad habit of like being like, yeah, I'm going to start something and then I don't continue. But I have invested in some stuff too early, and that is why. Like my watercolor class. I paid like $600 for all of that shit. And I watercolor once a year.
I was just going to bring up my watercolor hobby where I bought that like full on set from Amazon, and I have not finished a single painting like ever.
So I was trying to ease us into this. But now that we have done one full year, we can invest. I was creating our budget while I was waiting for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, for our audience, we have no revenue stream, so it's purely just losses at this point.
Yeah. It's investment. It's investment.
Yeah.
Capital expenses.
I was just going to ask you, should we create like tax deductions for
Yeah,
Clown
we
Vibes?
should.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. I will be our accountant.
All right. So on to like New Year's topics. Do you have a New Year hobby that you're going to like do once a year and then quit?
Crocheting.
Really?
I got that wobble kit
Oh, yeah.
when I left my old job, and I opened it on my fun employment week, did approximately 3 stitches, and it's still sitting on my table in Dallas. So I am going to finish that.
Oh my gosh. Remember when you embroidered sweatshirts? Like that was your 2023 hobby.
That one I really
you did
stuck
3,
with.
right?
No, I did 2.5 because the jean jacket is just also sitting in my apartment, half done. So those 2 things I'm going to finish.
Okay,
What's yours?
my hobby that I'm gonna abandon is I'm gonna do my gel nails at home. And for the audience, I have never been the type of girl to go get my nails done. I've maybe go like twice a year, and it's only if friends go or my feet are like screaming at me to go get a pedicure. But I just want to be a girl that like has nice nails this year. And so I was like, I'm not gonna pay minimum $30 every 2 weeks to get my nails.
It's
done.
40 for gel in Dallas.
Well, yes,
so
exactly. I mean, yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
So in SF, it's like way more expensive.
Yeah.
But so I bought the kit. Guess how much a kit costs?
Wow.
I also bought a kit with 60 different colors.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, I told you it's like
So
my
you paid
personality. No, I paid like 30. It's like only $30. I mean, I am like,
but is it good quality?
It's the quality that my nail salon uses in Texas.
Oh.
So maybe it's
then
like
that's probably fine.
Not bad.
Whoa. Holy shit. So in one person getting their nails done is their entire cash back.
Yeah. And like it's not OPI or like SE.
Yeah.
Like what brand does your nail salon use?
I only pick the OPI ones because I'm like, I better get my money's worth out of this.
But how do you know it's OPI when they give you the little like selection of like
because
acrylics?
I will ask them like a hoe, which one of these are OPI?
Oh. Yeah, apparently I picked maybe the cheaper ones, but like
it's fine.
Still, I still think it's gonna last me 2 weeks.
Yeah,
like these have lasted me 2-ish weeks, and I'm really hard on my nails, so we'll see. But I'm hoping that because it's only 30, I will actually do more than once. And when you come visit, I'll do your nails. I've been offering all my friends that I'm gonna do their nails for them.
Okay, sweet. You know what? My goal this year, re-nails, is to only go like 2 or 3 times. Like my nails need a break.
A year?
My nails need a break, not including pedicure, only for my hands because I have tarnished them. them. My nails are so weak right now and I can't do it anymore. I've got to let them grow. I've got to use the strengthening nail polish at home and call it a day.
I don't know what to say to that. I feel like when I see those like super thick, long nails, like natural nails of like the TikTok girlies, I'm just like, how? What do you eat?
That's
What's
gonna
something
be
that
me.
you eat to like build collagen?
It's the biotin or something I think is good for your hair and nails.
But, like,
Also,
what-
you can take collagen supplements. I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
that.
but does that actually work? And like, what natural
I don't know.
ingredient actually has a ton of biotin? Is it fish? No, right? It's like omega 3s.
I have absolutely no idea. I have a biotin subscribe and save on Amazon, and I can count on my one hand how many times I've actually had the pill. So I have hordes of this biotin. So maybe I'll
Oh my
take
gosh.
biotin.
That just reminded me of another hobby that I committed to and abandoned after like a week. But remember when I went through my phase of I'm going to eat fish oil? And I bought
Yeah.
this big ass tin of fish oil. I was telling everybody that I was going to eat fish oil. I did it for like a week. I think it's expired now.
Is it like pills? I can't remember
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's so hard. One time at Costco, I bought prenatal vitamins because in
Why?
that day or week of time, I saw a TikTok that was like, oh, this has like all the vitamins you need. I had it approximately one time and it's still just sitting at my apartment.
Should 2024 be the year that we take pills outside of the
Sure.
mental health ones?
Yeah, I need to use these pills. I don't care if they're expired. I'm going to take them because I think they're placebo mostly anyway. And we'll see. We'll see what changes happen.
Okay, we'll keep the audience updated at the end of this year. We'll let you know which of our hobbies we've kept and abandoned.
I think we can keep one. I'm hopeful for us.
All right, should we get into our main topic of today?
Yes, let's.
Okay, so to start off 2024 strong, we wanted to talk about the 30 under 30 list that Forbes creates every year. 2024 was released late 2023, which is weird if you think about. It's like the Forbes 30 under 30 2024 list, but how do you know that for 2024 when you released it at the end of 2023? So it's basically like what they accomplished in 2023. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I know. I kept getting really confused when I was looking stuff up yesterday. And I think it's because maybe it's their prediction of like who's cool for this year, but I did not understand it.
Okay, if that's the case, then they need to look into the stars more because it's starting off pretty weak. And the reason why we thought to talk about this topic and why it's related to clown vibes is the list is just so arbitrary. Like, who is coming up with this list?
They just look at the pool of people who have self-nominated and say, okay, I think these people are fine.
It's become such like just a PR
joke.
moment. Yeah, it's a joke at this point. And the only people who are like excited about it are the people who actually make the list. But in order to actually make the list, you basically have to nominate yourself or someone nominates you, which in most cases, it's your PR company who nominates you.
I wonder if you could just like tell your friend to nominate you. Like, does it have to be a real media person nominating you, like someone who understands the industry, or could like I nominate you?
I think we need to go through the process because wouldn't it be so hilarious?
So funny
if we
Clown
make
Vibes
the
made
list. No, but there's no way we would make it because of the qualifications, and we'll get into it. But the first person that I want to talk to that was on the Forbes 30 under 30 list for 2024 that I was like, whoa, this did not age well. And it's only January. So it's only been 2 months since it was released. But I wanted to talk about Matt Rife. Do you know who Matt Rife is?
Yes, and I mostly know because of the controversy. And I think that controversy happened like less than a month after the list was released.
Yeah, so it's really not going to age well. But yeah, so Matt Rife, I also didn't know who he was until he started blowing up for a very recent controversy. So on TikTok, I got this video of this woman called Bunny Hedaya. She basically said outright, like, Matt Rife is starting a fight with like my 7-year-old son on Instagram. And essentially she's like, you hate women, blah, 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 blah. Basically, she's like, my whole account is about me. And then my son, my family, and he loves space. And so in Matt Rife's Netflix comedy special, Natural Selection, he makes this joke about how it's targeted against women. This specific joke was basically that women are so into astrology and the stars, but they need to stop looking at the stars because they can't even get a ring on their finger, and Jupiter has a ring, which is like super savage. And I feel attacked. I have a ring, by the way, that I bought myself.
Yeah, I have plenty of rings, but that's okay. Honestly, a little bit funny about the Jupiter part, but like it is so stupid
It's so
because
dumb.
his audience is so female heavy.
Yeah, I'll talk about that. But basically, Bunny Hedaya stitched the video and had her son comment and was like, actually, it's Saturn that has the rings and you're mean to girls. So
That's pretty funny.
and she has like quite a bit of following. Like I think she was like at 1 million when I saw her profile. But
Okay.
Matt commented on Instagram of the reel of the same video. And he was like, Santa isn't real and your mom pays for your Christmas gifts using OnlyFans. Which is
Who's
like,
Sienna?
where'd you get Santa?
Oh. Okay. Why did he need to bring OnlyFans into it? This kid is like 8.
Right. And that's like her whole perspective is like, why are you starting a fight with like my 7-year-old
Yeah.
boy who like doesn't know any better? And basically everyone's just saying like Matt Rife is getting canceled this year because of this controversy. And then in his Netflix special, he started a joke on domestic violence, which was in poor taste, and he kind of knew it because in his Netflix special, he was like, I thought if I could start it off strong with domestic violence, the rest is like smooth sailing. He then made a fake apology on Instagram and he was like, click this if you want an apology. And it was to like this site where you can buy like helmets for special needs helmets.
Yeah. He's so dumb. He basically doubled down on his assholeness.
Yeah. And I'm laughing because it's like, it is such an asshole move, but like,
yeah,
don't make the matter worse.
Exactly. Only like men can do this and think, oh, I'll be fine.
Yeah. And to your point, like his audience was very female heavy because he kind of went viral on TikTok for this one video. But in reality, he was like, I'm really trying to branch out of that. And so it just seems like a lot of his recent content has been very misogynistic, and maybe that's the direction that he wants to go. But if it is, I have 2 questions. One, why did Netflix agree to release this?
Totally. Who at Netflix was like watching the content like, yeah, sure, let's put it on? You can't even get that shit on TikTok probably.
No. And like when I view Netflix, I view it as such like a family friendly platform. Right?
Yeah, because it started that way, but it's no longer.
But it's not like it doesn't have the perspective of like HBO, where like HBO is more like adult driven, grungy. Netflix is pretty like family forward, is in my head. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And then my second question is, after this Netflix special came out, which I would assume is before November, why did Forbes think it was still a good idea to include him in their 30 under 30 list? Because when you click on his profile, they even say like there's a lot of controversy about him.
Whoa, that's bold.
Interesting.
I don't know. I think Forbes like thinks it's almost funny now. Like not funny, but they really played into the reputation they have this year and like released that 10 scandals of Forbes 30 under 30.
Yeah. This Forbes 30 under 30, the brand itself has really just evolved into something like, I guess like something that is like way bigger than just a list.
Yeah. Speaking about the evolution of Forbes 30 under 30, let me give you a little background on it. So it started in 2011 to compete with Fortune's 40 under 40, which do you even look at Fortune's 40 under 40? Like, do they do it anymore?
I think they do, but like my point earlier, the Forbes has really marketed this list. Like
Yeah.
They go all out for this list. It's like one of their largest revenue drivers. And so it's like a big deal in comparison to like the 40 under 40.
Yeah. And so it started in the US with 12 people, which is confusing because it's 30 under 30, but now it's 30 people in multiple categories across 30 countries. So really this list is like so big. It is not just 30 individuals. And I understand like you can be popular or like prominent in different areas, but like the list is so large that is it even like that exclusive?
No, and this is like what I was thinking about how, because I work in retail, I always think
Mhm.
about like merchandising and people's ability to make decisions based off of like how many options they're given.
Yeah.
I can maybe name 5 people on the Forbes 30 under
Yeah.
30. The whole point of a list is like of a prestigious list is that you should be able to name everybody.
Yeah, like a lot of them. Maybe some people are like more, quiet. You don't know them, but they're going to like do something big. You know their company. But this one, I literally looked at so many categories last night of the 2024 list, like categories I would think that I would know a lot of people on, and I didn't.
You know what's so funny? I was looking at the list and so they have like arts, entertainment, and media. They have their own section for influencers.
Yes.
But then there are like the more serious ones like healthcare, finance. And the pictures of all the recipients are so different from like the arts and media and like influencers and then like the more serious topics. Like everyone else is
Yeah.
like using their like LinkedIn photos. And then there are others
Yes.
who like got a whole photo shoot done.
I thought that was like so funny. And if you look at older lists, like it's hilarious what people's pictures are. Like it's funny because you're seeing professional pictures right next to home submitted ones. And if you're making so much money off of this list, can you not afford to have your people on the list like have a photo shoot? Like how long does that take? Or give them the option.
Which means like I am sure Kendall Jenner did a photo shoot for Forbes. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
are more
100%.
selective about who they're reaching out to because they are like leading with certain people to represent the
Yeah.
list. And like for the audience, Kendall Jenner was like one of the top leads for 2024. But the more like serious ones, like they're like, oh, well, we don't give an F then, like submit your
Yeah.
own photos, which there's like a level of hierarchy on the Forbes 30 under 30 list. And it almost feels like a ad campaign. It is an ad campaign for Forbes. Like
It's fully an ad campaign.
There's no hiding that because they're basically using Kendall Jenner as a way to promote this list. I bet you they paid Kendall Jenner to be on this list.
100%. And you know what? Hello, Phoebe. Kendall is in arts and sciences for her tequila brand, which I just did not understand whatsoever. Like, what is art and science about that?
Wait, wasn't her campaign, her first campaign that she launched with 888? It is 888, right?
No, it's 818.
Okay, her first campaign for 818 wasn't there a little bit controversy around that because she was kind of dressed as like a Native American woman and people accused her of like cultural appropriation?
I don't remember, but I don't doubt it. But also there was a lot of controversy around the tequila brand because one, it's like tequila is a natively Mexican type of liquor and she is a white girl, and then also it copies basically an Austin tequila company called 512 and the logo is very similar, and there was so much controversy around that.
Forbes, what are you doing?
Yeah, and it's interesting that they put Kendall on it because they got burned by Kylie when they said Kylie was like the youngest billionaire, and then turns out she wasn't actually a billionaire and they like lied about their finances or like didn't divulge everything. And then Forbes was like, wait, you're not actually a billionaire. Oops.
Forbes is on our 30 under 30 clown list. Like, I'm just going to put that out there.
100%. They are flying by the seat of their pants. They're just like, well, yeah, whatever, let's put it on. We'll see what happens.
Okay, let's talk about how you get on the list because essentially you have to go through this application process. They get thousands of applicants and it's mostly done through like PR firms. But then like candidates are evaluated by like the Forbes panel of like independent expert judges, but they're like picking people in the industry. So it's like it's kind of a PR move too to like be a judge for the 30
Oh, for
under
sure.
30 list.
This year it was Alex Cooper was one of them.
Yes. Like she has friends in the industry, so she's gonna like.
Yeah.
I think she
She's her
judged. Did
friends.
she judge influencers?
She must have.
Because
Social media. She must have judged social media.
because Alex Earl was on the list. I mean, I think
Yeah.
Alex Earl should be on the list regardless of the judge. So that I think was the
Agreed.
right move. But some of the like categories that they look at is like funding, revenue, social impact, scale, and or inventiveness. Is that a word? Inventiveness? What does that even mean?
It must be. Like how inventive you are.
Isn't that just creativity? Why did we have to say that?
I don't know.
And potential, whatever that means. Potential. I have a lot of potential. I could argue that.
Yeah, how do they measure potential? And then like how are they measuring social impact? Because like is Matt Rife's controversies adding to his social impact score? Is it positive impact only, or could it be any impact, like community, like social?
Yeah.
I meant like just popularity, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I bet that's like what it is, kind of a popularity contest. But the two main things at the very beginning that they list, funding and revenue, that seemed really odd to me because I was just like working in San Francisco, being in the tech space and knowing where funding goes. I think it is very disproportionate to people who don't have a network or who are not Nepo babies, essentially, or like come from a family that is well connected. And we don't talk about that enough.
Yeah, and I would argue that funding is actually not a great indicator because people who have gotten funded are in jail. Like, you should just take that out of your category. And like, what does that matter if you're doing something that's like interesting or cool? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's talk about quickly how much money that this drives for Forbes.
Okay, yes. Please tell me how much money.
Okay, so this is its biggest revenue generator because they have a digital media campaign. People go to the Forbes website all the time to look at the list. Like I really rarely look at Forbes articles, but I did to look at this list. So that drives a lot of users. And then they have 10,000 strong exclusive nominees, or like a exclusive nominee committee, which I don't know what the hell that means. And they have a under 30 summit, which people pay $9,000 a ticket to attend this 4-day event. And my question to you, if you know this, is who has to pay the ticket? Like the nominees? So you're like paying to go to this event for what? To try to get funding?
Okay, so after being in the industry and knowing like how some of these events work, I would assume like they're giving some tickets away. They're giving some tickets away to like secure PR for Forbes themselves, to secure high level nominees like Kendall Jenner to attend and be the face of this list. But then they're like scamming out other people who are probably like lesser known nominees and they have to pay. Or, I mean, this is all speculation, right? Like maybe
that's
nominees
true. We don't
are
really
actually not paying. That would be terrible if they had to pay for it.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like people who are interested in it, in being on the list the following year, like potential nominees, they are probably trying to like get their foot in the door and network for $9,000. PR companies are probably like buying discounted group tickets and like sending some of their potential nominees to these events. This is all
that makes sense.
Speculation.
No, I feel like that checks out to like other things that we have insight into. I think that we should go undercover and try to get on this list so that we can have some like firsthand knowledge.
Okay, so as our accountant, do we have the budget?
We don't have the budget this year, but maybe next year. But since we don't have the firsthand knowledge, I did look at Reddit, which I'm going to assume is firsthand knowledge. But okay, so I went down a rabbit hole yesterday and Reddit was saying that like some of these people who end up on the list like don't even have actual companies. Like they just have ideas that they have publicly talked about and that's how they get on the list. Like it's not even real companies that are getting on this list. So we could totally get on the list. How many times did I say list just now? I don't know. And the revenue category is self-reported. We could say we have a shit ton of revenue. We could make up numbers like they're one nominee who got arrested recently.
Okay, so this is why I think Forbes clowns themselves, because you make these like requirements so arbitrary and like you're opening yourself up to scandal.
Okay, let's talk about popular people who have been on it. So Hailey Bieber was the face of the 2023 one, and she self-reported that she's on the way to an 8-figure revenue for her skincare company, beauty company, whatever the fuck it is, that had 3
Rhode.
products at the time. Rhode, yeah. People on Reddit were like, oh, if you make 5K of revenue, you're on the way to 8 figures. Like, what does that even mean?
We have potential to make revenue. Will we
Exactly.
make it? I don't
Who the hell
think
knows?
so.
No, we're going to. Don't even put that in the universe. But like, what a joke. And also to like say that Rhode is on its way to 8-figure revenue is just silly at that time because she had 3 or 4 products. Like, is that possible? And her product value is not that high.
And also, okay, I want to pose this question because do we think like having funding from being famous is I don't know how to say this, but like, should it disqualify the individual? Because like, how easy is it for a billionaire
Her to get funding.
fund a pet project?
Oh, so easy. If we were billionaires, we could go to Forbes 30 under 30 and fund ourselves.
Exactly. So it's like when I saw the list of individuals who have brands like Kendall, like Haley, and Noah Schnapp. Is that how you say his name?
Oh, yeah. I guess. Like the Stranger Things kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These individuals who made the list because they started a brand, like, should they qualify for this list? My vote is no.
What's Noah's brand?
Okay, I went down a rabbit hole digging into
Okay.
this because I was like, this is the dumbest shit ever. Because remember when he got into this big ass fight with Doja Cat?
Yes. Okay. I knew like that was familiar. And also, I saw a lot of jokes about him being on the list because everyone was like, he's on Stranger Things and nothing else. And Stranger Things is ending. So he's not going to get anything.
Okay, so the reason why I was like, I need to dig into this because that Doja Cat incident, in my mind, he's just a little kid, like such a troll. And like he is. And so I was like, there's no way that like he would be serious enough to be on this list. But he started this hazelnut spread company.
So Nutella. Oh, but not chocolate.
Yes, but not Nutella because he was like, his like origin story was I was very disappointed that my favorite spread snack is like its main ingredient isn't actually hazelnut. It's like filled with other shit, which I believe.
Okay. Yeah. Of course. I thought his main issue was going to be that they use palm oil and that is killing monkeys. That would have been a better reason.
I think he uses less palm oil. Or is it palm sugar?
Well, it's palm oil that is like the issue for the monkeys.
Okay.
I don't know about
anyways,
sugar.
I read the proposition and it's not about palm oil or palm sugar. It's about like the level of hazelnut in the spread.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be just like better ingredients.
Could you not find that at Trader Joe's? Like, I swear to God, you could go to Trader Joe's and find a hazelnut spread that has like mostly hazelnut.
Well, what's crazy is that if you look on LinkedIn and see like who is a part of this company or go to their website, it's like him and then this group of investors or this company basically whose sole mission is to fund celebrity or like influencer brands.
Of course, because you know what? Most of the like celebrity influencer brands, like they're just the face. They do very little of the actual operations.
Yeah. And so it's just like if he actually did the work to create this brand, then maybe I'll give him some credit for it. But no, he was just like the face of it. And the actual work done was by a company who literally specializes in this. So it's not inventive at all.
This is a joke. I'm actually going to go to Trader Joe's this weekend and see if I can find a hazelnut spread with mostly hazelnut in it. And that's annoying. I hate Forbes 30 under 30. Okay.
Okay, back to like his Forbes 30 under 30 profile. The like main things that they cite is that he was in Stranger Things, which your parents probably put you in. Like you were a
Yeah.
child actor, so your parents were the one who probably took you to like a lot of these
Do
auditions.
this. Yeah.
2 is this hazelnut brand, which we already said is a joke. And then 3 is that he's at Wharton right now.
Okay. There are so many people at Wharton right now who have brands, probably, like who are creating businesses. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like, we don't even know what this one is called. And sure, I'll give him credit for Stranger Things. Yes, he probably has made a boatload of money from it. It's been on a lot of seasons. Is he good on it? I don't know. Like, I have not watched the show since season 1. So I'm not sure that he's like a great actor because he can't land any other roles, but who am I to say?
Well, also the whole Wharton thing, like which celebrity who wants to go to college hasn't been able to get into a prestigious school?
Totally.
Like it's a gimme.
Have they not watched Gossip Girl when Serena gets into Yale for like just being famous? Hello?
You know what? Instead of trying to get it on the Forbes 30 under 30, I think we should try to become the judges. I think that would be interesting.
I think the judges are former nominees though, because I looked for Alex Cooper and she was on the list, I think last year or the year before or something.
Oh, you know which
Yeah.
clown I talk about a lot that is also on the list? Danielle Bernstein.
She is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she
Dead.
was in a past year's list. The list has gotten so wide that like they are really scrambling for people.
Yeah.
The quality
No, totally.
of people on the list has really declined over the years.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to the Forbes 30 under 30 scandal list. So obviously Forbes knows that they fucked up and there are people that have really just scammed the entire nation. It's not like Noah Schnapp where he's just, you know, being a
Good
kid.
has a good PR team.
Yeah, and a good PR team. It's actually people who committed real crimes. And of course, like the leading faces of that list. And there's, I think, 10 people on that list so far. But I think like
It's
that
more.
list there's definitely more people who could qualify.
Yeah.
But SBF, what is his full name? Because I feel like everyone just refers to him as SBF, Samuel Bankman Fried.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So basically SBF, who is the head of FTX, the crypto company that went bankrupt this past year, is like the head of that list. And then Charlie Javis, who also was a part. What is that company that she started? Frank.
Oh yeah, it was like a student loan aid company that she basically made up data for to sell to JP Morgan, which honestly I think is kind of funny.
It's so funny because if you dig into this, and both of these cases, I'm excited for 2024 because both of these trials are supposed to happen this year.
Ooh.
But the Charlie Javis case, basically she paid this like data scientist guy or whatever, like just $18,000 to create like a list of 40,000 people. And like, I mean, I would make it if I was getting paid $18,000.
Exactly. And you know what? The reason I think that one's just funny is because she is like defrauding JP Morgan. So I don't give a shit. Like, it's not normal people. And JP Morgan has the money to be defrauded. And they have defrauded God knows how many people. So is it defraud or fraud? I don't know. Whatever it is. But that's good for her.
Okay, but you know what's hilarious is she like countersued JP Morgan and was like, well, you guys didn't do your due diligence.
Honestly, only 40,000 people is not that much. If you took a sample size of like 100, you should have been able to tell that this was fraud. They're stupid.
Yeah, and the company was sold to JP Morgan for like $125 million. But it's not like she like took the money and ran with it. She was actually still building the business up. Like she was working at JP Morgan Chase, running their business. So I would have just ran with the money at this point.
Yeah, what in the world? Okay, that one's so funny to me. And you know what, girl, you don't deserve to be on the list because that's fine. Eat the rich. I don't care.
You know who else is on this scandal list? One of the co-founders of Away.
Okay, I saw that and I thought that like his scandal was like not that nuanced or not that interesting.
It wasn't.
Yeah, to give background, what's the scandal?
Basically, some media company interviewed a bunch of their former employees and basically said that this woman was bullying their employees and basically like fired a lot of people from messaging on the Slack channel, like venting about the company. And then she like said that they were racist and discriminatory or something. And yeah, it's bad. Like,
Yeah.
totally bad HR. So many startups do really shady shit. I'll just put that out there. I'm spitting facts right now.
Facts. And there are other people probably on that list who have done the same thing.
So many people.
Didn't the Glossier one have like the same issue?
So is
And I
Emily
bet
on
you
the
she
list?
was. I don't
Yeah,
know, but
probably.
like in no world would she not be on the list. And you know what's so funny is on the top of that like article they wrote, they said, oh, like our vetting process did weed out the Fire Festival guy and Elizabeth Holmes, but Elizabeth Holmes was on their cover. So why the hell would you write that? Yes, she was not technically on the Forbes 30 under 30 list, but you did think she was cool and thinks she was like prestigious enough to put her on the cover of Forbes like 400 or something. So you can't claim that.
I feel like they picked this list strategically because they're like, who
Totally.
would we never partner with
Yeah.
in the future? Because like SBF and Charlie Javis, like they're going to jail. They're probably never going to be able to like start a company ever again. The Away co-founder, I like tried look her up. I don't think she's doing anything now.
But the thing is, she could always do something in the future. So
Yeah.
I guess they just like really hated her or something, and they were like, "Fuck this, whatever."
Mm-hmm. Do you know anyone who was ever on the Forbes 30 under 30 list?
No, do you?
I do know this girl that I went to high school with who started
interesting.
a Rise. I think she made the list. I vaguely remember her making the list in healthcare, and she made this platform to help support eating disorders online. Like,
Okay,
it's a healthcare system, I think, online. But I was
that is like
whoa,
a
that's
good
cool.
reason.
Yeah, it's a serious reason. Some of the other reasons are just so unserious.
Yeah. I feel like all of the influencers, social media, like famous people on there is a joke. But then the actual like finance, I don't know, finance actually is probably also a joke. The other ones that are like social impact and things like that, those are probably a little bit more real.
100%.
And then it dilutes the list for them.
When I was reading about the reason why the Away co-founder was on the like 10 scandal list, I was like, Elon Musk has done 10 times worse than what she has probably done. And I don't see them calling him out. But was he ever on the 30 under 30 list?
He probably wasn't on the 30 under 30 list, but I guarantee you he has been in this magazine. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
They were so dumb about this article in the fact that they're like, no, we're only saying our issues with 30 under 30.
Yeah. It's at this point, Clown Vibes PR advice here, free advice. You should not have that list because like you're taking responsibility for it. For what? Like people already know it's a joke. Like it's so arbitrary. And also to your, maybe not the like Matt Rife case, but like for SBF and like some of these other people, you wouldn't have known. Like you're not doing the due diligence anyways.
No.
So honestly, you're getting what the public knows.
They're getting 20,000 applications a year, basically nominations a year. There is no way in the world you could vet all of them. If JP Morgan couldn't look at 40,000 people on a list that they were paying $125 million for, you are not vetting 20,000 people who are self-proclaiming how much revenue that they are on the way to make.
And it's not like Alex Cooper is looking at financial statements either.
No way. No way. And influencers can say how much ever that they're making, but like I don't think that they're having to give proof. The thing is, it is all like we could say we're making $1 million and we're just not, you know.
Well, I've already told the audience that we make $0.
But we're on the way to making 8 figures.
We have potential and there's a lot of inventiveness here.
Very much. On that note, if we were going to be on Forbes 30 under 30, besides for Clown Vibes, what would you be on it for?
Me personally?
Yeah, as a fun thought exercise.
I would probably be, honestly, to the point that I made earlier this episode, I'd probably be on the list for people who are most uncommitted to hobbies.
I love that for you. It's a great reason to be on the list.
No, and I say this because literally my dad has always told me this since I was young. Like, he's not, you're not passionate about all your hobbies. And I'm just like, it's really unrealistic for you to expect people to have passion these days.
Exactly. And like, how can you have passion for multiple hobbies? You know what you do have passion for is finding things that you care about. And you didn't care about those hobbies. So let's spin it around positively. Mine would be highest tolerance for bad TV.
Oh my gosh, you do have such a high tolerance. If I were to judge you, though, I would put you on the individuals that are most indecisive.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Fair. I'll take that. I guess for your second one, if I had to judge you, I don't know. Let me think about it. I don't like to catalog your weaknesses. I'm just kidding.
We're supposed to be talking about strengths here. I don't know why my brain just went to like weaknesses.
It's because we started it off with weaknesses. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
We do have strengths, but it's not clown vibes to discuss strengths.
No.
And I think your weakness would be not washing your legs.
Why did you have to call me out like that? And I can't believe you remember that.
I will never forget. Core memory for the audience. We're sitting on our way to Yosemite at this restaurant. Yu-Chen's having her first michelada of life. And I'm like, you know what's so crazy is that on TikTok, people are exposing themselves about not washing their legs. And Yu-Chen just looks at me and was like, you wash your legs? I'm like, what the fuck?
I have completely forgot about that.
Core memory. I'll never forget.
Okay, we're going to start doing like those answer questions post episode. And this is going to be our question for this episode. Do you wash your legs? Go answer.
It better be
poll.
yes. Thanks so much for listening. You can follow us on all social media at Clown Vibes Podcast or email us at clownvibespodcast@gmail.com.
And if you like our show and want to support us, please like, subscribe, and give us a rating and review. That's it for today. Bye, clowns.
Bye, clowns.